Our DJ for tonight's live Palladium party is one of New York's hottest, Mark Kamens. Now, Mark is one of Madonna's old friends, and you really got her career started.
Yes, I was DJing at Danceteria, and Madonna brought me a cassette, and I played it, and the crowd went wild.
They did.
And we finally got a record deal, and I produced the first single.
Now, do you still talk to her?
No.
Well, she's probably watching. If you have a message for her, go ahead.
Madonna, if you'd like to make another record, give me a call.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, as Robin discovered, Madonna's love life is indeed one for the books, the record books.
Luke Perry, Katie Lang. Luke Perry, Katie Lang. I'm so confused.
So are we. Madonna is a sly sexual contradiction, playing Pop-Tart temptress one moment, ladies loin ranger the next. A writer who has studied her concludes that she really gets off by showing off.
From the time she was 5 years old, she realized that by using being flirtatious, using feminine wiles, got her what she wanted. And it got her attention. And she seems to have a desperate kind of neediness for attention.
Motivation aside, those touched seem to then crave her. Some to possess, others to worship. Most are like her first video producer, drawn closer for reasons they know not.
She's, you know, a nice-looking person, but she's no model, I think. But once you get to know her, she's extremely sexual, very alluring, very strong, yet you want to be close to her, you want to touch her.
Madonna's super sex secret? Less is more.
When you're independent, when you do your own thing, when you are your own person, you do whatever you want to do. When you pull away, when you're not so concerned with impressing, then the other person's very interested.
Technique aside, it all adds up to a diva's dark dilemma. A world-famous sexpert analyzed her need to be adored.
In my mind, Madonna doesn't think that she's very lovable to a man deep down. And so she places an impossible burden of proof on any man who would love her.
Her sexual history reveals a legion of lovers, beginning with the 15-year-old Michigan minx's first time with her high school boy toy. Fast forward to the East Village vixen graduating with gusto. One early conquest has never broken his silence until now.
Madonna was definitely a sexual being, but not in the same sense of wearing, you know, lace panties and torpedo bras. I mean, it was just kind of an animal sexuality. She called me up one day and said, "Get your gorgeous Brando body over here." So her line was, her approach was always very direct. I mean, she didn't, you know, mince words or wait around and be coquettish. I mean, she definitely went after things she wanted.
The DJ she dumped after he helped launch her career says Madonna believes in safety in numbers.
It was frustrating being her boyfriend because Madonna always had 2 or 3 boyfriends at the same time. And I guess every boyfriend played a different role.
Another casualty was a hit record producer she even took home to meet Dad, and serious enough to talk marriage and babies with. But they split when her wanton ways made him jealous. Still, he's no sourpuss.
Madonna is one of a kind. There will never be another one like her.
Her 1985 marriage to Sean Penn was a high-tension power connection doomed to crash and burn. Madonna's explanation?
How opposites attract.
Though Madonna filed a police report pertaining to Penn's bedroom violence, the whisper persists that she still holds a candle for him. Despite his subsequent children with actress Robin Wright, an ace paparazzo believes they are still destined for each other.
He is the most important person that's been in her life so far. She really loves him. I think she still loves him.
As for that 1990 tumble with her Dick Tracy co-star, it's now suggested that Boffo box office may have been the real driving force. The gal who really knows her says no way was Madonna serious, probably just being sociable.
I don't think she was that interested. No. I think she dated him because she could.
More knots were tied with nude pin-up Tony Ward. That was eventually snuffed out, supposedly over love in leather. The paparazzo says no way, Madonna just couldn't keep track of her men.
Like in New York, she has James Albright as a boyfriend, the bodyguard. Out here, it's John Eno. He owns the Roxbury nightclub. So she has her boyfriends, she has her lovers wherever she goes.
As for her much-touted taste for ladies, this exclusive home video with former gal pal Sandra Bernhard says it all. Before their bust-up, they sure made beautiful music together. Then along came a doe-eyed Cuban beauty. Insiders say Madonna snatched her from Sandra, who was good and miffed. The writer who broke that story says Madonna is brazen about her bisexuality.
People have seen them nuzzling and kind of making out at parties. It's definitely on some level beyond just two gal pals that just like to go to the mall together.
Michael Musto sure does a beat around the bush when it comes to Madonna's taste. Now we're going to meet the lovely Janet Charlton, who's the gossip columnist of the Weekly Star magazine. Janet, welcome to the party. The hot news is this weekend, Madonna back with Sean Penn, spotted on the beach together in Malibu. Do they still, excuse the pun from Body of Evidence, burn the candle for each other?
Oh, you know, Madonna has never given up on Sean Penn. She always said he was the love of her life. And recently, even Sean Penn started swinging in Madonna's direction. For the first time, he told friends, gee, if I were married to her now, we would never have gotten divorced. I have a new appreciation for her. And this is the first time I'd heard that. That was a few weeks ago. So I'm not surprised that they're back together, at least seeing each other. And I'm sure Robin Wright is ready to slit her wrists.
We hear all these things every week from you. It's fabulous. Now, is there a real man in Madonna's life at the moment, or is she still on the prowl?
She's very vulnerable right now. She does not have a serious boyfriend. She's been seeing John Enos, but it's just kind of a cat and mouse kind of thing. She caught him driving around in her car with other women. So she's not totally thrilled with him to begin with. He's a very handsome guy, though, and they're having fun together, but it's not real love.
Now, Madonna's got a handsome new co-star in Snake Eyes with actor James Russo.
Yes,
Anything
James
happening
Russo.
between the two of them?
Well, I mean, it might have happened, but it didn't happen. Actually, Madonna invited James Russo out to dinner, I heard. And he said to her, is it business or pleasure? And she said, whatever you want. And he replied, well, if it's business, why don't we just go to lunch? And if it's pleasure, I'm going to have to take a pass. He doesn't want to be flavor of the week for Madonna, and he didn't want to ruin their working relationship, so maybe he was really smart about it, and they're still friends and working together very well.
How are the relationships on the set of Snake Eyes between Madonna and the rest of them?
Abel Ferrara, her director, and Madonna are battling every day. There are screaming fights all the time. He's making her grow her black roots for her character, and she really doesn't like that, and she has to go out at night looking kind of sloppy now. So she's not happy, and she's not happy because he is the boss. He's really telling her what to do, and Madonna is accustomed to calling the shots. And she owns Maverick, the production company, so she's battling with him every day.
Now, we do know from everything we've heard here tonight and from the weeks and months of research that we've been, Madonna does have a fascination with ladies, and there was a lady called Ingrid. We heard that Ingrid was way out, and Nina, who was the star of Black Orchid 2, is now the new girl in.
Well, now Ingrid is a friend of Madonna's. They've been friends for quite a while now, and I think they will remain friends for quite a while. She's not out totally. They're still friends. And as far Nina Semetsko, Madonna was wooing her to be in her movie, Snake Eyes. She had a part for her. So I know they were talking about that and getting friendly, perhaps at a party, discussing the movie. I don't know of any kind of relationship that they have. I know Madonna enjoys the company of women. She's attracted to women, and she likes to flirt with the idea of romancing women.
Well,
but I think her true love is men.
Yeah, but there are strong rumors of her bisexuality. There is experimentation with the same sex.
And Madonna doesn't deny it.
True or not true?
Yeah, Madonna does not deny that, as far as I know.
Therefore, we must assume it's true.
I think it's probably true to an extent, but I believe in her heart she really wants a boyfriend like everybody else.
Get married, white picket fence, and a baby.
She's more normal than you think. She really wants a steady guy.
You heard it first. Thank you, Janet. You've certainly raised a few eyebrows out there tonight, and believe it or not, there are even more Madonna surprises.